Page 10, number 25. Anytime I'm asked to write the equation of a line, you guys need two things you need to find. You need the slope of that line. And anybody know what the other part is? The y-intercept. Also, slope, anybody remember what letter slope represents? M. And anybody remember y-intercept? That's your b value. Good. So I need both those before I write the equation. All right, it's going to be a little tougher getting them here. So let's first start with slope. Here's AB, and it's got to be perpendicular. Slope, perpendicular. What are we thinking? They have to be what of each other? Negative. Reciprocals. Good job. And hopefully this is also telling some people, whoa, we haven't even started this. I need to get my act together. Negative reciprocals. First thing, how about the slope of AB? I can't take the negative reciprocal unless I have something to take the negative reciprocal of. So slope of AB. You could do it one of two ways. This is one of the formulas you're going to need, Patriot. I was going to write down in a second. Slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or, I'm not actually going to use that because it's graph. You know what I'm going to use instead? I'm going to count rise over run here. So I do that. I do rise over run. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a nice one, huh? 4 over 4. So the slope is positive 1. But that's not what I'm interested in, right? I'm interested for the perpendicular line to it. You guys said negative reciprocals. How do you take the negative reciprocal of a positive 1? Change the sign, number 1, and flip it. This is 1 over 1, so it's just going to change into negative 1. There's the negative reciprocal. But hey, I just don't want you guys to think I changed the sign. If I roll with 2/3, what's the negative reciprocal? Negative 3/2, all right? So just don't change the sign. So I got the slope. You ready for the y-intercept? So how do I find the y-intercept? You said y-intercept was what letter? There's only one equation I know that's got b in it. And that is y equals mx. And there's your b. That's what I need right here is the b. But if I need the b, I'm going to need to plug in for the other three letters up here, y, m, and x. We already know what m is, and that's what? Make sure you use the negative reciprocal. Negative 1. Well, what the heck's in for y and x? That is a point this line goes through. Sometimes, like in the other one I assigned, they tell me what it goes through. So all I need to do is plug in the x and the y from that point they give me. Unfortunately, though, for this one, this is why it's honors level, I didn't provide that point. But I provided you with enough information to find that point. Perpendicular bisector. What do you know about a bisector? It's going to cut this bad boy where? Right in half. So wait a second. I know these are perpendicular. What's a point on here? This one right here. What's that point called? Vocabulary term. Midpoint, correct. So I'm actually going to end up plugging the midpoint in here when I find it. Second formula, Pedro. Second one you need to know. x1 plus x2 divided by 2. y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Or plus divided by 2. Okay, plug in your points. 4, 2, and 8, 6. 4 plus 8 divided by 2. And what are the y coordinates? 2 and 6. What's my midpoint? Was that 6, 4? All right. Let me separate this here. Okay, what's my y coordinate? 4. Slope we already had in as -1. What's my x-coordinate? 6. And now I give you b. Now I give you b. Four equals -6 plus b. Move that 6 over. Your b value is 10. And all you need to do from here, put them together. Write the equation. Dylan.
Can you use the slope and just continue the perpendicular bisector line along the graph until it gets to the y-intercept too?
So you find the midpoint, and now you're using the graph to find the y-intercept.
Yeah.
Yes, that is fine. My only worry would be if your y-intercept does not come out to be a whole number.
Okay.
Like say it comes out to be 3/2.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you're going to run into a problem. But as long as it's a whole number, yes, that's fine. So I got y equals -1x or -x plus 10. There's my perpendicular bisector. Woo. Other questions here? Just from Friday night here. And if you haven't tried the ones from Friday night, you might want to. Again, I'm not wasting your time assigning these problems. Okay, I already went over 2 formulas. There's 2 more you're going to need. So everyone good? You're going to need midpoint. You're going to need slope. So I don't have to write those over again. Midpoint and slope. Anybody want to take a guess at the other 2 formulas you're going to need? One you probably won't get, but it's one that's related to midpoint and slope usually. Distance. Yep, distance. So formula number 3, distance. That's your square root one. Or you can use Pythag, I guess, too. Remember, Pythag's an option instead of distance. x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So midpoint, slope, distance, and I'll let you guess if you want the 4th one. Hasn't really nothing to do with the other 3, actually. You want me to give you the unit? Quadrilaterals.
Pythag.
You can know Pythag. That's probably a good one to know, right? Not that I'm not saying you're not going to use Pythag, but I just didn't write. I didn't think writing Pythag. I thought that was that's already a given. What do you got for me?
N minus 2 times 180.
180 times n minus 2. What did n represent? Number of sides. Yep. And again, I'm not saying know the formula if you're not going to use it. All right. There might be another formula I'm missing, but it's not on there then. I know these 4 are ones I'm not providing, which I'm sure you're going to have to bust out. Any other questions on formulas? Okay, my topic for today was parallel and perpendicular in the formulas, but we already went over a problem like that, so I don't think I need to keep standing up here and going over more. I think it's more beneficial that you guys try out the problems for tonight. Here they go. Here you are. Boom. There's your problems for tonight. I don't need to go over any more. I think we did a nice job on the parallel and perpendicular line one there. I'm not suggesting. I'm telling you, I want Chromebooks open. All right, whether 2, 3 Chromebooks open, you guys have to do a problem and start checking your work. All right, I don't want to see you go through 4 problems and like 3 of them are wrong because you got a sign wrong. You added or subtracted wrong. Do a problem, check it in the review on Classroom. Here we go. Even if you share answer keys amongst each other in your group, that's fine with me. But there's got to be a couple answer keys floating around. And hey, Answer keys, not a random website you're going to, and you're just not copying the work either from the answer key. All right, I'm gonna walk around making sure that doesn't happen. Let's go. Because yeah, I get nervous when I ask you to put your Chromebooks open for some of it. So if you can't be disciplined enough, use somebody else's answer key. You guys can talk to each other in your groups. I just don't want you to move around. Nope. No, we're working on this because I want something done.
Oh, I should have seen what's in between like M20 and just like.
That's a new. Oh, that's a new row.
Oh, okay.
When you get into Gym A, up front will be
All right.
like A through X,
All right.
and on the sides you'll see numbers.
Okay.
So you find the one that intersects yours.
All right.
Yep.